Hi Aries, welcome back to my channel. This is Monica Love. Excuse me, I'm just taking off the crap that's on my chair. So yeah, Aries, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time on my channel, welcome. I'm going to be doing a quick, just a random card pulling, ask a question, get an answer. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. You guys came in, I think, number 8 on liking and sharing and commenting on my videos. So thank you very much. So how this is going to work, it's going to be a very quick ask a question, get an answer, and I'm going to be pulling cards. So what you do is you just ask the universe a specific question that you may have on your mind. And then through the cards, I will get an answer and let you know what the answer is. So this is not traditional tarot. It's just kind of something that I'm trying out to see how it's going to work, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle the cards off camera and then I will be right back. Okay, Aries, so I shuffled the cards off camera and I just quickly asked just to make the answers clear for you to any questions that you may have. So what I've done is I have deck 1 and I have deck 2. So depending on which one you choose, make sure you choose one, say your question, and I'm going to go on to reading the cards. So the first card that I got for you from the traditional tarot deck, I got Temperance. And for me, temperance means taking your time. It means kind of balancing things out. And because there's going to be a full moon on the 21st of March, in Libra, that means that that's going to be happening in your 7th house. So with that happening in your 7th house, the 7th house has a lot to do with relationships. It has a lot to do with business, marriage, partnerships. So some of you may have a question, and it's funny because this planet in the back kind of looks like Mars, which is Aries ruling planet. So to me, with the full moon happening in the 7th house, there's a possibility that something is culminating in the 7th house, like maybe a business you're doing or maybe a relationship. It's either one of those two. Now, depending on what your question was in regards to, this signals to me to wait. It's not a time to make a decision right now. This card to me represents yes, but not right now, not at this time. So this could be perhaps something to do with waiting until the full moon, waiting until after Mercury retrograde to really fulfill whatever you're asking about. So whatever you're asking about can definitely come to fruition, but it will take time. And because Libra is your polar opposite sign, the possibility of waiting until that full moon happens is more likely for you to see the results that you're looking for. Okay, Aries? So that's for those of you who picked deck 1, okay? And with that card, you got the Sage. And the Sage, what the Sage means, Aries, is that you're very wise, okay? So whoever picked this deck, you're a very wise person. The likelihood of an Aries asking someone for advice or, wanting to even come here and ask a question and get an answer from me is, I don't want to say it's stupid or silly, but it's kind of like not something you would do, okay? You are a sage. You are somebody who usually knows what to do and how to go about doing things, and you usually focus on your own counsel. So whatever you believe is the right thing to do, usually you listen to your own advice. And that's what the cards are asking, Aries, asking you to be your own wise sage and to really trust your intuition in this case, okay? Now, you got number 5, and this is a money card. So the money cards have messages on them if your question was pertaining to money or your career or anything like that. It says, my every story is attracting its vibrational match, okay? And there's a message on the back of it. And the message says, every thought that you think is vibrating at a very personal frequency. And by the powerful law of attraction, the essence of that which is like onto itself is drawn, okay? That thought is now attracting another thought that is its vibrational match. So your thoughts are vibrating at a certain frequency that is opening the door for you to attract things. That's what it's saying. And now those combined thoughts and vibrating at a frequency that is higher than the thoughts that came from before. And they will now, by the law of attraction, attract another and another and another until everything eventually, the thoughts will be powerful enough to attract a real life situation or manifestation. So whatever you're thinking now, whether it's good or bad, is, that's definitely something that can be a possibility in terms of the outcome for the question. So just keep that in mind, having power, good positive thoughts, being your own wise teacher, and also waiting until after the full moon, okay, or Mercury retrograde. I would wait till Mercury retrograde's over, because the full moon, everything's heightened at that point, okay? Now, for those of you who picked deck number 2, you got the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands represents swift, fast movements, like, making decisions right away. And that usually, to me, it's a yes. That's a yes card, and it's moving forward. Now, here's what I'm going to heed to you again. Like I said, for those of you who picked the first deck, waiting until the full moon, it's so important for Aries, because Aries is the polar opposite sign of Libra. So whatever's happening in Libra is definitely going to affect you, especially if it's a full moon, okay? So something is becoming full in front of you, okay? Because Libra is whatever's happening in front of you, okay? It has nothing to do with yourself. It has everything to do with the other person. So keep that in mind. So if you do want to go through with the question that you're asking, whatever it may be, make sure that you, if you are going to make a decision, because a lot of you seem to be wanting to make this decision, and, whether it's a yes or no, just keep in mind things can definitely change during the full moon in Libra. So just keep that in mind, okay? And also things can definitely change after Mercury retrograde, because everybody's on this, everyone's swimming through this murky, it's really not fun. This energy is really not fun. And I can see a lot of people, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I mean, this energy is very hectic for a lot of people. So just keep that in mind, Aries. It's not just you, and it's not just me. It's literally everybody. It's all the energy, okay? A lot of you have ideas that you want, maybe you have a project or an idea that you're thinking of doing, but you're not sure if you should do it. It's definitely a yes. But like I said, those ideas have to be reinforced with waiting until after the full moon, because of the energies now and because of the Mercury retrograde, okay? So those ideas are great ideas. Continue on with whatever ideas you're working on, okay? Because they're definitely something there that can manifest, okay? Now for your money card, it says, I can transform my own world, okay? And you got 55, which is the card of self, and number 1 represents Aries. So, and it's funny, you transform your own world. And here's what it says. It says, make lists of positive aspects. Make lists of things you love and never complain about anything. And as you use those things that shine bright and make you feel good as your excuse to give your attention and to be who you are, you will tune to who you are. And the whole world will begin to transform before your eyes. It is not your job to transform the world for others, but it is your job to transform it for you. And that makes sense, because Aries rules the self, okay? A state of appreciation is pure connection to source, where there is no perception of lack, okay? So it sounds to me like these answers are yes, Aries, for your questions that you did inquire about. Ask a question, get an answer. My personal opinion, and some of you might heed to this, some of you might not, some of you might be like, oh, she's talking a whole bunch of shit, like who cares? But I personally believe that after the full moon, you will see the results that you're looking for. And also Mercury retrograde, because it's happening in your 12th house, it can be very, very hard to deal with, okay? So just take your time, don't rush to do anything. And if you have any comments or anything about this, feel free to comment below. And if you like astrology and you want to know more about astrology, feel free to subscribe to my channel. My name's Monica Love. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys. Please just keep in mind that I will be putting out the forecast for April coming up for, it is your birthday month. So, you might want to tune into that. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys. I will see you later. Bye.